The story begins inside a luxurious first-class cabin where a dignified Black man boards confidently. His presence commands quiet respect, though some around him exchange subtle, judgmental glances. Flight attendants begin showing bias through small actions, slower service, dismissive tones, and visible unease. Some passengers notice, but no one speaks up. Despite this, he remains calm, collected, and quietly authoritative. He's used to this, but not resigned to it. A moment of tension builds when an entitled passenger demands his seat, supported by a complicit flight attendant. Instead of resisting with anger, the man stays composed, choosing silence over spectacle. He is forcibly removed, humiliatingly walked out of the cabin. Shock ripples among passengers, some recording on their phones. The man now stands in the airport terminal, tall and calm, speaking firmly on the phone. His tone is controlled, but full of quiet power. Airline staff nearby grow uneasy as they sense something serious unfolding. This is no ordinary passenger. Meanwhile, the scene cuts back to the cabin. Passengers whisper, some replaying the video clips they just recorded. A few realize they've witnessed something far bigger than a seating dispute. The man's quiet authority over the phone becomes clear. His words carry weight, and whoever is on the other end is listening intently. Within minutes, whispers spread through the terminal. Executives have been alerted, and the airline's leadership is already scrambling. The power dynamic begins to flip. What started as a dismissal is about to become a reckoning. Back on the plane, the family sits calmly while the atmosphere thickens. Passengers live stream, and views skyrocket online. The incident is trending nationwide within minutes. A call comes through on the man's phone. It's corporate legal counsel, placed on speaker for everyone to hear. What started as a cabin dispute is now an emergency board matter. The lawyer explains, if the airline handles this correctly, it becomes a model for the entire industry. If handled poorly, it could spiral into lawsuits and congressional hearings. Numbers start flying. Tens of millions committed for bias detection technology, mandatory retraining, and cultural competency programs. Passengers watch in awe as a single flight attendant's actions trigger a $26 million transformation plan. The family's calm silence becomes the center of gravity, forcing the airline to react. What looked like humiliation is turning into systemic change. As the plane lands, the airline CEO and lawyers meet the family at the gate. Cameras roll as the CEO issues a formal public apology. The flight attendant, Rebecca, is immediately relieved of duty. Instead of simple termination, she's reassigned to the diversity education department, where her own actions will serve as a case study. Her career survives, but with permanent consequences. That same evening, the emergency board session finalizes sweeping reforms. AI-powered bias monitoring of cruel passenger interactions, mandatory cultural competency certification for all staff, and zero tolerance for discriminatory behavior. The family announces a $50 million conditional investment tied to strict benchmarks, reduced bias incidents, high satisfaction across all demographics, and full compliance with diversity training. Other airlines immediately respond, racing to announce their own anti-bias programs to avoid being left behind. What began as a 15-minute humiliation on a flight is now reshaping the entire aviation industry. Months later, the airline's Fair Sky monitoring system reports stunning results. Zero discrimination incidents for 6 months. Over 98% passenger satisfaction across all groups. 100% employee certification in cultural competency. True to their word, the family delivers the $50 million investment, raising their stake and inspiring other minority business networks to invest over $100 million more. The viral incident spreads far beyond aviation. Hotels, restaurants, retail, and healthcare adopt similar bias prevention systems. Each family member builds a legacy. Cameron expands diversity advocacy into schools. Zara's memoir funds technology for smaller airlines. Isaiah develops a mobile app for real-time reporting. Rebecca, the flight attendant who caused it all, becomes the most effective trainer in the industry, teaching thousands by openly sharing her worst mistake. In business schools and civil rights courses nationwide, the Williams model is taught. Quiet resistance, strategic patience, and using power for systemic change. Tyrone sums it up in an interview. Real power isn't punishing people who wrong you. Real power is creating conditions where wrong becomes impossible. The family's simple demand, treat us with respect, becomes the seed of an industry-wide transformation.